Hello everyone, welcome to the English conversation. Our topic for this week is meeting people. We are going to ask ourselves some questions about the cultural differences of meeting people.
Yes, and Irene is going to talk, of course, about Spain, and I'm going to talk about Germany. And yeah, I would say let's get started.
Okay.
So, what do people usually do when they meet a new person in your culture? And what are some customary greetings?
Okay, we usually give 2 kisses to the people we don't know. If we know them, we usually hug a lot because, yes. But always 2 kisses. But 2 kisses if one of the person is a woman and between women. But if it's a man, 2 men, they shake their hands.
Okay.
So, and if it's a man and a woman, they kiss, but always kissing.
Okay. Yeah, so in Germany it's similar to here, I have experienced, because our greeting is like always shaking hands, but sometimes for young people it's a little weird to shake their hands even when they meet each other the first time. So then we sort of, we can, sometimes we don't do anything, we just say hi and I don't know, wave. But if we get introduced to each other, for example, from a mutual friend, then we sometimes hug, even though we meet each other for the first time. But it's a little, like, I don't like this hug because it's weird, because practically just your shoulders touch. It's like you go like this, and everything else from your body just stays apart. Yeah, so this is like the special hug, but mostly shaking hands.
Yes, because for us, for example, with the COVID situation, it was so hard to like see a person or hello, I'm Irene, and to say, because we wanted to give 2 kisses. So yeah. Okay, another question. How do you introduce 2 people to each other? Like, do you introduce the surname, the name, or the whole name?
Well, I say the first name if I'm on the first, like, if I really introduce 2 people to each other, then if I'm on the first name basis with them, I say their first names. And if I'm on a second name basis, even just with one of them, then I'm more likely to say their second names. But if I, for example, if it's a teacher and a friend of mine or somebody else, somebody much older than me, then I say also the last name and the first name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. And I usually say like how they are related to me. So I say, hey, this is Mr. X, my teacher, and this is, I don't know, Lina, my friend, you know?
Yeah. For us, it's the same.
Okay.
But we don't use the surnames too much, even I think neither the old people.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like the name.
I remember you also used first names for your teachers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
Crazy to me.
Yeah, like for example, if the person is called Concha, she says, "Hi everyone" to the pupils. I'm Concha. Like it's very, I don't know.
But do you use then the formal?
Informal.
Like the informal?
Yes, many people use the informal. It depends on the person, I think. But yeah, we usually.
Okay. And what are some good things to ask someone you just met? Like, what are some topics you can talk about?
Okay, as we talked about before, the weather is, I think, a general topic to talk about. But also, we like to know about the other person's life.
Okay.
Like, not very personal, but what the person does with her or his life, like what are you studying, or and when you know like the general information, you look for common topics to talk about.
Yes. Okay.
What do they like more or less?
Okay. Yeah, in Germany it's a bit different, I would say. because we try to talk about not too personal things. So it depends on where you meet the person, but then I think you are most likely to talk about like a shared topic related to where you met. So when you met at work, you can talk about work, stuff like this. Or when you meet, I don't know, in a sports group, you talk about, oh, did you do this sport before? And something like this.
We do this, but also we go more personal.
No, I would I thought about what you said, and I think if I just meet somebody and like in the first conversation we talk about, oh, what do you want to study? I would think, why do you ask me that? You know, really, like maybe the second conversation, because it's not too personal to ask somebody, oh, what do you study or something like this. But for the first conversation, I think I would find it a little weird. Of course, if it's like a totem and people ask me, this is different because we are like.
But I think it's because Spanish people, they look for friendship. Do you understand?
Yes.
When we meet people, we look for friends. Not only like just meeting people. It's like, oh my God, I want to know more about this person because I want to be her friend. So we are,
Yeah, I had an interesting conversation. It's a few years ago with my friends. And some of us really like the formal you in German, like you have it in Czech too, and to use it with people. And some say, oh no, we should like abolish it, it shouldn't be there anymore. And I also really like the formal you because it creates distance, you know? And I don't want to be so personal with everybody I meet. With some people, yes, and I'm open to meet new people, but I don't know, I like to use the formal you.
We don't use it. Only like, maybe in special occasions.
Okay. But when you go to the post office?
No, we say yes.
This is so crazy to me. Okay.
Okay, we like, I use it sometimes, but I don't know, like you can use it or you cannot use it, like you don't have to, do you understand? If you use the informal you,
okay, yes,
it's good for the person. No, so you can choose, I think you can
in Germany, when you go, I don't know, to any institution, like the post office, the doctors, I don't know, a shop or whatever, you always use the formal you. I think it would be quite rude.
Yes, I use the formal, but for example, many young people, they go and they use the informal, do you understand? Yes. So for Spanish people, if a person comes to you and talk to you in informal way, you are not surprised like, oh my God, it's rude, do you understand? Like it can be normal, but it's better to use the formal, in my opinion too. But yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the next question. What do you say, ask, or do if you want to see a person again?
Okay, so I feel like this is different for every German person. Of course, everything is like we are talking on a very general level, but this especially. But as I say, because I feel like Germans don't talk about that personal things on the first meeting, it can be hard to like get on a level where you're like, oh, let's meet again. But I think the easiest way is like if you have common interests or a common hobby or something, and then you can say, hey, let's do this. For example, I don't know, if you both like climbing, let's climb together sometime. And I think this is the easiest, like to meet for something you both do anyway, but then you can do it together. Something like this. And if this isn't a thing, then I would also say maybe meeting in a group. Like if you have a mutual friend or something, then you can say, oh, we can meet the three of us or in a bigger group even again. And then you can like develop a friendship.
Yeah. Okay, for us, also meeting in a group is really good. It depends on how you met this person, I think. But also we say a lot, okay, like I like you and we could meet, I don't know, we can talk and we exchange the numbers on Instagram and we can talk and this week maybe we can meet and have a drink, and we are like more to have a drink or like these things.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So, do people in your culture use a lot of body language when they communicate, or do they keep their bodies relatively still?
Okay, I think this is very obvious. We use a lot of body language. I also use a lot of body language. But of course, it depends on the person, as we said. But in general, Spanish people, they use a lot of body language. I think most of my friends use it. And also, yes, when I have met Spanish people in other countries, they use a lot of body language and they are very expressive. So I think yes, of course.
Okay. So I want to first say that in Germany, it's very like, this is also fitting maybe to the first question. I feel like it's very important to keep personal space, you know? So this is also why we shake hands. I feel like instead of 2 kisses, because this is very close with the 2 kisses. So, and body language, I feel like I use a lot of body language, but this, I felt like this also in Germany. So I would say maybe the typical German thing is to use not that much body language.
Yeah, but not still like this.
Yes, we use it. I think everybody uses it. It's like like an important part of communication. So
yes, and do you, in your culture, the people show their emotions? Do you think this? Or they tend to hide them?
I think like as happy, like the more happy the emotion is, we are more likely to show it.
Yeah.
Because it's more, I don't know, accepted to be happy. And if you are sad, you don't really show it. Because this was, I feel like this would also be too personal, you know?
Yeah.
So, I would say we are like, it's not that common to show your emotions openly, but it also depends on, of course, the
person.
Yeah, the person. And if you meet somebody for the first time, no, you don't. You show if you're happy, you're happy. If you're not happy, you try to be happy. I feel like
yes,
but
me like I'm the same.
Of course, if a friendship develops, then you are more honest with your feelings. Yes, yes,
Well,
and for example, I would say if you are for example, in school, and you are in a, you have an experience together, like with a teacher, I don't know, and you are annoyed, for example, by the teacher, and you notice that other people are annoyed too, yes, then you show your emotions, because it's like in a group, yes,
you feel
like,
more comfortable.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I think pain is the same, but I think we are more emotional too.
Okay.
But
and you show it more.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Like we show more our emotions, but also is like you said, more or less, yes, same cases. Okay, about how many new people do you meet a week? You could say.
Well, of course, yeah. Now that I'm here, it's very different because we didn't know anybody, and we met a lot of new people. But back home, I would say in a week, I don't meet somebody new. Like really, because of course, if I go somewhere new, yeah, maybe. But if I'm just in my routine, then I'm sticking to it. But I would say maybe once every 2 weeks I meet a new person. No, this is too often. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not. But this is also, of course, it really depends. Like
no, yeah. But in Spain, the same. It depends too. But it's true that we go out more often. So I usually meet more people.
Yes, that's
because I go with my friends to a disco and I meet new people and
yeah. I feel like I mostly meet new people once through shared friends, like if we have a common friend, and second if I go somewhere new, of course. But I don't know. Even if I go to the disco, I stick with my friends group. I feel
Yes,
like,
me
and
too,
even
but
if
always.
you talk to somebody, this doesn't really mean that you're gonna be like that. You're gonna meet again. You know what we
Yes,
talked
of
about.
course. Yes.
So,
But the discos in Spain are different. Everyone is with everyone now.
yes,
But
yes. But if I don't know, for example, go to a new theater group or something, of course, then I'm meeting a lot of people. But even then, I feel like it takes a long time to really get to know the people. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, what are the most common places in your country to meet new people?
Yeah, I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
Or where do you go in Spain to meet?
We go out,
Okay.
like especially in winter because we cannot do a lot of things. So we go to the discos or yes, in the discos pubs a lot. And in general, Spanish people, like you go with your group of friends, but you always make friends. Like you meet, you are with your friends, but then you suddenly meet with another group of friends and you finish the night, which is very typical, all together. Do you understand? I usually do it, so I always meet new people when I go out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And
do you feel more comfortable meeting with people from your own country?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
Of course, the language. You know, when you meet people who speak the same language as you, it's necessary, kind of. And if it's your mother tongue, I think it's like the easiest way to communicate. So this plays a role. But I'm also happy to meet people who can speak English. I can speak English, and then we can speak English together.
Well, I think that for me, it's like you. I feel comfortable with every people who speak English, and I don't care about the culture. But it's true that sometimes I miss the Spanish culture in the way of going out and like I don't know, being like kind of crazy. And yes, I really notice it. But maybe it's like I miss the way of having fun or making plans, not the feeling of being comfortable. Do you understand?
Yes.
So I think no, I don't have differences. I don't make differences.
I can add something because we both, I think it's a shared experience. We came here to experience something new. So now I don't necessarily think like, oh, let's meet so many German people because I'm from Germany. I've met German people my whole life, you know?
Yes, and I have the same problem.
And when I'm back in Germany, I think when somebody comes from another country and I meet them, I'm thinking like, oh yes, let's talk to this person because I'm surrounded by German people anyway. So this is something like special where we can talk about something new. So I would feel like, I would say it's actually more like I'm go out of my way to meet non-German people to experience something new, but of course only because I also have so many German people I know.
Yes, I told you, like I didn't want when I arrived, I told myself I don't want to meet Spanish people here because I have many Spanish friends in Spain. So yes.
Okay.
And the last question. Is it impolite to say no in your culture if you don't know someone very well?
This is something I always try. Like when somebody, we meet for the first time, or I'm going somewhere and they offer me, I don't know, water. You know, it's like quite common that, oh, do you want to drink something? And I usually don't decide this question on, oh, do I want to drink something? I think, is it more polite to say yes or no in this situation? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think there's not like a general answer.
I think it depends on the confidence you have with the person, not in the culture. Because if I know a Spanish person that offers me something, I say yes, like because I don't want to be rude. But if my friends tell me, "Do you want this?" and I don't really want it, I say no, I don't want it, but thank you. Do you understand?
Yes.
But it's true that sometimes I say no, thank you, I don't want it, but thank you. Like I say thank you a lot of times just for the person to know that it's not her or his fault.
Yes.
Like it's just that I don't want it, but thank you very much for offering me.
And I think when you notice or when you know that it's actually an effort for the person like to do what they have offered you, then it's maybe even more polite to say no. You know what I mean?
Yes, if you know that, yeah. But if the person really wants you to give you something or to offer a plan, I would say yes, although I don't want, because he or she is trying. But yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this is all for today.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed this more little chitty chatty video, as I wanted to use that word.
And if you have any questions, of course, as always, you can send us an email or put a comment, write comments, yes, in the YouTube channel.
Yes, okay, yes. And we hope that you could maybe like think a little along with the questions. What would you say? What would you answer? Yes.
Okay. So thank you very much. See you next week.
Bye.